Joining me now is Bobby Lee, the president of the Hawaii Firefighters Association, and Art De La Cruz, the chief executive officer of Team Rubicon, a veteran-led humanitarian organization that has served communities before, during, and after disasters. Bobby, the video from the wildfires is just devastating. We saw how quickly they ignited. Tell us about the challenges that the firefighters are facing. Things like little water pressure.
Sorry. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. I was there on Sunday. I looked over, walked over Lahaina. To be real clear, we experienced homes. We lost homes in other parts of the island too, but nothing as bad as Lahaina. And it really looked like somebody dropped a bomb on it. I've been in the fire department for 36 years. I've never seen anything close to this. It's really heartbreaking. Lahaina is a laid-back, tight-knit community and a tourist attraction basically across the world. And it's really sad to see something like this.
How much is was the lack of water pressure a factor in that?
Apparently, that seemed to be pretty much everything. We had about a half a dozen crews there when this fire started, and that was the biggest problem I heard from our members that were there, was that they couldn't get water. And when you have a fire company, a fire truck without water, there's not much you can do. It's like a police officer, gun without bullets. We really can't do anything without a water source.
Art, talk to us about Team Rubicon. You've covered so many disasters. Just how much of a challenge is this in terms of the supply chain, just getting resources there?
Yeah, obviously, I think the fact that this happened on an island makes things, more difficult. We always, have the luxury domestically here in the United States, CONUS, the ability to have supply chains that are very resilient, can happen very quickly, and those things are complicated on islands like Hawaii. One of the things that we're really lucky to be able to have, however, is we do have a presence of volunteers, that understand the culture, are able to respond and work closely with the officials such as Mr. Lee there and his teams, the government officials at every level, to ensure that what we are doing is aiding in the recovery instead of creating unneeded taxes in a situation where everything from water to food to lodging, there's a competition, and our goal is to ensure that we can aid Mr. Lee and the officials to ensure, that what we're doing is helping those survivors of this terrible tragedy.
Bobby, the White House just announced that the president and first lady will be coming to Hawaii on Monday, and there's always the concern that they're coming too soon. Here's what the president had to say.
I don't want to get in the way. I've been to too many disaster areas. But I want to go make sure we got everything they need. I want to be sure we don't disrupt the ongoing recovery efforts.
By his coming Monday, with everything that involves, the huge teams that always travel with any president, is this the right time for him to be coming? Is it, too soon, too late? What will his presence mean to you?
Well, I think having the president here would be a really good thing. Whenever he decides to come, me personally, I was very pleased when he signed the emergency declaration, and just to have the amount of federal resources that are coming in now, is very, very comforting. The USART teams, the search teams, the cadaver dogs, it's a sad event to have to take care of, but it is reality, and so. I appreciate all the federal resources, and I look forward, hopefully, to seeing the president.